Call of Duty is my first ever online multiplayer, so it will always be a favourite of mine, even with recent monstrosities like Advanced Warfare, Ghosts, and I guess even Black Ops 3, even though Black Ops 3 isn't too bad. I do own Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered, but it's still wrapped up in cellophane, never opened. I do really need to get around to playing that. I just don't have the patience with all the boost jumping and wall running. It's okay in games like Titanfall for example, but the maps are just so much more bigger, larger. It just makes every game crazy, over the top and just stupid. Let's just hope World War II is anything it's promising to be. Call of Duty used to be a very big part of my life. Played it every day for hours on end, either by myself, playing Search and Destroy or Team Deathmatch, or with a clan playing Domination, Capture the Flag, etc. So needless to say, Call of Duty featured a lot on my previous channels. So as I'm starting up again, I thought it fitting to make a video explaining my Call of Duty history. But bear in mind I was really late in the franchise, as I've always been a single player type of guy. So this gameplay you're watching is my first ever attempt at World at War. I just thought it was a cool idea, with the next Call of Duty being set in the Second World War, that I showed this footage. So I do apologise for how bad it is, but it is hard finding a lobby without hackers and then playing season plays on maps I know nothing about, so I hope you excuse that. But here it is, my Call of Duty history. As I've already said, I'm all about single player, and playing online has never really interested me at all, but my nephew and some other friends kept telling me to come online, and eventually I did. I connected my consoles to the internet, chose a gamer tag, and purchased Xbox Live. The original Black Ops was the game to play back then, so I bought my first ever Call of Duty, stuck the disc in, and went onto multiplayer. I played my first game on my own, as nobody was online at the time, and I remember it well. The game mode was Team Deathmatch, the map was grid, and I sucked. My sensitivity was the default 5, but I remember thinking how out of control it was. I was shooting the floor, the walls, but no enemy players. Like I said, I remember it well, and I went 3-18. Yes, that's right, 3-18. I had a few more games on my own without much luck, and eventually I just turned it off. Third thing I did was type how to get better at Call of Duty on Google. I'm a bit embarrassed to admit that, but it is what it is. I didn't go online again for about a week. In the meantime, I was just watching tutorials and gameplay videos, trying to familiarise myself with the maps, equipment, tactics, basically the entire game, until I felt confident enough to return, this time with my nephew. I didn't fare much better, but at least I had some understanding of map flow and the maps themselves. My aim was still awful and I was so easy to kill, standing still, but at the time all I was concerned about was being on target with my shots. I had learned to keep my crosshairs up and focus on corners and places where other players may come from. I did slightly better, but not by much. But I persevered, and after a couple of weeks I started to find everything a lot more natural. And after a couple of months I was consistently finishing with plus KDR, however very low scores. I started to become a lot more confident and started moving around the map more, actually looking for kills rather than waiting for the easy ones. My KDR dropped doing this at first, but I didn't care. I was having so much fun. Besides, my scores eventually went up. Despite dying more, I was killing more, and it felt good. Modern Warfare 3 was released and I bought it day one. I liked it, but preferred Black Ops better, as did all my friends. So never really played Modern Warfare 3 much. We just used to go on it now and again, and for a change. But we stuck with Black Ops. This is when Call of Duty really started for me. All the sweaty tryhards had moved on to Modern Warfare 3, leaving me with a full year to learn and get better. I spent every hour I could invested in Call of Duty. It's all I ever played, to the point that I didn't even buy any more games for a very long time. Being good at Call of Duty had turned into a major project, and I wasn't interested in anything else. It paid off, consistently finishing on top of the leaderboards, averaging a 3 KDR. Shame it was so awful at the start because my lifetime was still under 1, but never mind, I was a beast. I knew, however, I needed to start playing against better players, so a month before Black Ops 2 dropped, I made the move to Modern Warfare 3 full time. I struggled, but that was to be expected. I never mastered Modern Warfare 3, but near the end I was holding my own. Then it happened. Black Ops 2 finally dropped. I bought it day one and my first match was on Yemen. I can't remember my score, but I finished top of the entire lobby. In Black Ops 2's lifespan, I rarely ever finished out of the top 3. I had made it. I had mastered Call of Duty. I was playing along with all the other good players and competing well. It did help that I enjoyed the game so much. It fueled the pace of it all. But by this point my friends had moved on. They didn't play Call of Duty much anymore, so I was back playing on my own. But I was still winning. Because I was finishing on top consistently, I started getting invites from other players to games and even to clans, along with some hacking threats. One of which I recorded and uploaded to YouTube. I will leave a link to that video in the description below if you want to take a look. Anyway, funnily enough, actually on Battlefield 3, when I was giving it a try, I met Bioshake, who I still keep in contact with now, and class him as a good friend actually, despite us not really talking much anymore due to that really annoying thing every gamer has to deal with, called real life. Well, we created a clan with 2 other players we met online. Casper was an awesome sniper and Raider was great at clearing out rooms full of campers. We started doing league play and we really were successful. We came across the odd clan and that gave us real hiding, but overall we were better than most and it was lots of fun. We were all looking forward to Ghosts. Unbeknown to us, Activision, and in this case Infinity Ward, were about to press the big red button on Call of Duty. We hated it. Some say it's their favourite, but I can't see why. It was slow, dark and full of campers and god awful kill streaks. We stayed on Black Ops 2. Unfortunately, we grew apart. I was the first to upgrade to the new consoles and it was a good year before Bioshake did. In that time our clan died. I've no idea where Casper and Raider are now, but like I said, I still keep in touch with Bioshake. Hard to play Black Ops 2 again as I had the new consoles, so I was stuck with Ghosts. I would have quit Call of Duty entirely because it just wasn't fun for me anymore, but this is where I met old school Campbell. Somebody else I still talk to today. I still play Call of Duty but nowhere near as often. I went back to the single player games I had missed out on. Played Call of Duty now and again with Campbell, nothing serious. I was holding my breath, Advanced Warfare would change that. It didn't. Played it even less, but still kept in touch with Campbell. The next installment would be from Treyarch. I was hyped for it, really looking forward to any news. They released the name, Black Ops 3. It was pre-ordered within seconds, and the day finally came. I remember waiting in anticipation as the timer counted down ready for the game to start. I did awful, but that didn't dampen my spirits. I just put it down to lack of practice. After all, I hadn't played Call of Duty in around 2 years. I was gradually getting better, but nothing compared to how I used to be. Then, only the second month since the game had launched, I found a hacked lobby. Spawned in with full kill streak, some players had God mode, and we could see each other through the walls. I had had enough. That's the last time I touched Call of Duty, and I vowed never to return. Until recently. I've purchased Infinite Warfare, not at launch, just in the last month. Because of backwards compatibility, I've been playing Black Ops 2 a lot again. Nowhere near as good as it used to be, and half the lobbies are now hacked. But I'm enjoying myself. With World War 2 I feel I will spend a lot of time on it. It's boots on ground, it's close quarters, it's Call of Duty. I have it pre-ordered on both consoles. I've even been looking into merchandise. Super hyped and can't wait for November 3rd. I even have time off work for it. I'm pinning my last hope for Call of Duty on World War 2, so it's under a ton of pressure from me and the community in general, I guess. For everybody's sake, I wish it well and it fulfills its potential. Will Call of Duty take over my life again? I actually want it to, because I do miss it. But that's all I have for you, so please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video, and I will hopefully see you in the next one.